Okay, hi everybody. It has arrived. Season 2, Episode 1, Jujutsu Kaisen. Probably said that wrong. Mappa is really pulling it out this time. So, this season, from my understanding, majority of it will be shown in the past. And this is going to be when Gojo and the rest, Gojo Satori and the rest, were in school. Also at this time, Geto Suguru, he's a student, and he's with him. We also have Yutohime and Mei, they make appearances. Now, there's this girl, Shoko, and I had no idea who the hell she was, and I just realized who she was. She's the doctor in the season 1. I got a brain fart on that part. But the episode, the animation, man. It's just so ridiculous. It's so crisp. It's so clean. It's so. When I first looked at the episode, watched the episode, I thought there were instances where it reminded me a little bit. I don't want to bring up another anime that Mappa has done, but it did remind me of Chainsaw Man in this episode. Because in Chainsaw Man, if anyone's seen it, you know that there was that one episode they were trapped in that apartment building. Well, in this episode, this is a little similar. Well, it's not an apartment building, it's a house, but still. But the beginning of the episode really focuses on Suguru. I think we're going to focus on him most of the time. And he's going through this. It's so real. It's so creepy. It's so real. I was like, yo, this animation is so. We see him, goes into an alleyway, sees a cursed spirit eating a person. And he's going through the mode of how to exercise them and how to deal with them. And he references that exercising and absorbing them is like wiping something with a rag that was covered in shit. But he does it. He actually, what he does is he destroys it and he absorbs it in his body. So that's what happens there. We have that scene. But the rest of the episode is kind of like half and half. The first half we follow Yutohime and Mei, much younger. Remember, they're just students, really. So we find them, and they are going to a site of a guy who killed himself and his family or something along those lines. And they realize that, well, Meg realizes, as funny notes to Hime, she's like totally spooked. May realizes that the cursed spirit's in the house. So they go into the house, they split up. May does the first floor, Otohime does the second floor. Now it seems like Otohime did go to the second floor. She's going to. It's funny. She's like, whoa, whoa. She's opening the doors. She makes a loud noise because she doesn't want to be spooked. It's like, she's very cute in that way. Eventually, she goes into her room, trying to look under the bed, which is not a good idea. Rats. She gets out of there. And then she leaves. She notices something. May taps on her shoulder. And May tells her, you're on the first floor. That's why I said this is very similar to Chainsaw Man with the whole repetition of saying it's an illusion and it's a continuation. So eventually, May points out a few objects on the floor and so on and so forth. And what they ended up doing is they both go in opposite directions. By doing this, they break it. And then that's when Gojo shows up. Yo, like a boss. I am turning into a Gojo fanboy. After season 1 of Kaisen, I am just... This dude is just... He exhumes... But it's not Gojo, it's Suguru. He defeats the curse, and she gets all pissed off to Hime. And Choke goes there, and she hugs her and everything. Don't become like these nitwits. I was like, yeah. But it was funny. There's a scene with Gojo and Suguru where they walk like... I don't know what they're walking. There's a scene where they're walking to... Because this individual called the Platinum Vessel. Star Platinum Vessel. And they're walking to the apartment building, and it's just like, the way they're walking, I'm like, yo, these guys think they're like the hottest shit since sliced bread. I love it. I love it. They obviously take care of that, but they didn't put up the veil. And they get torn to pieces by the teacher. What's his face? He was from the first season. Yaga Masamichi. Even then, he was... It's crazy. But yes, they get they're torn for not putting up the veil. Eventually what happens is we see this tension between Gojo and Suguru. This tension of ideologies. So eventually what happens is the teacher tells them, Yaga, that they have a mission for Tenzin. I think that was the guy's name, was Tenzin. But Tenzin is this guy who, I think he's the principal. He created all the barriers for all the school branches of the Jujutsu sorcerers campuses. And he needs to absorb this vessel, as I said before, platinum vessel. So, their mission, to find her, bring her back, and because if he doesn't, he's going to ascend to a higher being, but all the branches are not going to be protected with a barrier anymore. And they find out there are these two organizations. One, I forgot the name, but the other one was called the Q. They're apparently, I think they're sorcerers, I believe, from what I was understanding from the episode. So what ends up happening is they go find her. And Suguru's the one who goes to get her. Bomb explodes! And then a fight ensues. There is this one shot that I was like, where these knives are coming after Gojo, and no one could touch him with his curse ability. No one can touch him. So he goes through the knives, and there's like a close-up on his face. I was like, yo! So, they gotta fight these guys. So on and so forth. But that's pretty much where the episode ends. So, but you can see that Suguru and Gojo have differences. Now, I should add, anyone who's seen the movie, in the movie, Suguru is evil. So, really, there's nothing to add here. So this really takes place before the movie. It was even more surprising. Now, surprisingly enough, I do think they are going back to the present, but I don't know where. But there's really nothing to say elsewhere. This was a great freaking episode. This was the animation, the music, the tension, just the feel. The feel of this episode and the feel that I think we're going to get from all the episodes is going to be this palpable. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like you feel like they're going to come to blows. Gojou and Suguru. Now, I haven't read the manga, but I heard a few things about, this falling out, and blah, blah, blah. Here and there. But I could just tell the animation and the way it was presented and the way I was watching it. I was like, there's a dark thing happening here that's going to affect their relationship. Because it does happen. It happens in the beginning with Suguru. He explains a few things, which is going to happen later on. But this was a good first start. It's good to see all of them as young. Even being young like that. This dude's like, yeah, I'm the top shit. That's it. Like, get the hell out of here. It's just amazing. So good. So good. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Music, animation, I liked how they established, like I said, the tension, everything in this episode was established to a T. And I liked how even back then the characters act the same way, kind of, that they did in the present. So that's another thing. But we'll see how this goes. This is gonna be something else, people, because I forgot to say this. I'm doing 3 episode reviews each day. Wednesday, Stray Dogs. Thursday, Jujutsu Kaisen. And tomorrow, we're back. Mr. Ichigo is back. So that's 3 shows right there. There's also going to be another show I'm going to be reviewing called Dark Gathering. The motif, you got Kaisen, curses, soul reapers, and then you got Dark Gathering. This is like supernatural up the yin yang. But look forward to that. And I'll just get to say, you can't mess with Gojo, man. This guy is my guy. My boy. Fuck your shit up. I'll see you guys later. Peace.